What up everybody, it's Animated here. Welcome to part 4 of What If Deku Was Iron Man. And now, let's get to the intro.
I'm not the one you wanna fuck with. Late nights messing up my sleep, so I'm flustered. Taking out aggression with my pen because I trust it. Right in front and get myself a lamb color cuss for the game. Leave him hanging by his chain. Click bang, feeling rage, feeling fire in my brain, feel insane. And it's slowly feeling flames with the fire from my brain, bringing more still, no glory.
Okay guys, before we start, I'd like to mention which female casts are going to be in the Avengers team. So first of all, the first female cast to be in the Avengers team is going to be Momo Yaoyorozu, because I'm going to be shipping Momo and Deku in this timeline because Momo comes from a rich family, and we don't really know what Momo's family is rich for. I'll just say it's for transportation technology, for like buses, cars, and all that manufacturer stuff. So Yaoyorozu company, Yaoyorozu Transport. So that is I'm gonna give that technology side to Yaoyorozu family, and the reason how they're gonna be shipped together is by Yaoyorozu's father, the head of the family, would basically go up to Tony Stark and basically ask him if he would take the Yaoyorozu company underneath his Tony Stark or Stark Corporation's wing, and to basically save their basically future. So let's say they got into a certain problem. Actually, let me explain this later down the story, but let me tell you the female cast of the Avengers. So first of all, Momo Yaoyorozu, then it's Invisible Girl, and then Ochako Uraraka because of her anti-gravity quirk, and she can help out in different situations. She's gonna be like the Scarlet Witch because she can like lift up debris and stuff. So that's kind of like Scarlet Witch. So she's gonna be the Scarlet Witch of the Avengers. Then we have Invisibility Girl, which is going to be the Black Widow of the Avengers in this timeline. And Momo Yaoyorozu is going to be the basically support type of hero who's going to support them with weapons, all this stuff, and just being there to help and give weapons to them. So let's move on to like when they're 15 years old. So this is at the start of the anime. The 10 months of the training has passed. Actually, no, this is the start of the 10 months before the entry exam. So let's start. Tony basically is in his workspace. He's basically getting an email, and then he's like, wait, is this... Oh, he's the head of the Yaoyorozu family. And he basically like, oh, Tony Stark, I would love to be in a meeting with you to discuss future relationships with our two companies. He's like, oh, yes. And his basically... secretary basically comes up to him and like, oh yeah, Mr. Yaoyorozu has basically tried to contact us millions of times, and you basically rejected him a lot of times because you were busy on a project. So he's like, oh, I feel bad now. Okay, basically tell him that I'll be in a meeting right now. Basically tell him that I'll be there in about a few minutes, so get a meeting ready. And let's say Momo is actually a really huge fan of Iron Man and Tony Stark because all of the intelligent gadgets that he's basically created. And I would say that Momo would actually read up a lot of science books of Tony because he knows a lot and all these materials and the inventions that he created. Let's say Momo's mother probably got injured once in the past where she had a really bad injury, and basically Stark Industries basically helped her with the regeneration therapy with the nanotech, and she's basically really grateful and to Tony, and she also found out that he's going to UA, so she can't just wait to meet Tony Stark. So let's say Momo is way smarter and has more information about technology and stuff like that, so she can create weapons that the Stark Corporation has created and worked weeks on just in an instant, because she's a really big fan of the Stark Industries and she would like to work there, but she wants to become a hero first. So in Momo's room, there's basically a lot of posters about Tony Stark, Deku, and there's a lot of posters about his inventions, and there are also like posters of like Iron Man and Tony Stark's like basically photoshopped into one picture and stuff. So she's a big fan. And basically the head of the Yaoyorozu family, or Momo's dad, basically invites Tony Stark. They basically have a conversation and basically said, I would like you to absorb the Yaoyorozu transportation technology company underneath your wing of the Stark Corporations. And Tony's like, wait, you don't really need my help. I mean, are you sure? Is this a good idea? Have you thought it through? Because this is a pretty big deal. And yes, I have thought it through, and I would like you to give you my daughter as an arranged marriage for our companies to combine together. And he's like, are you talking about Momo Yaoyorozu? He's like, oh yes, do you know my daughter? He's like, yes, I basically study everyone's quirks whenever they go to UA, and she's gonna be in my class in the future maybe. But her quirk creation is a pretty cool quirk, and she might be Avengers material. And he's like, Avengers, what is that? And he's like, oh, it's just a future hero project that the Hero Association is planning. So I'm also a part of it, and I'm helping them out with it. So there's already a team of them, but don't worry about it. It's just secret stuff. But that's all you know. But she might be really useful to the Avengers team. And then Tony Stark is basically caught off guard by this because he's just recently become rich and that billionaire personality. So he gets it, like companies do basically do arranged marriage to become one and basically support each other's families. So he gets it, but he's not that used to it yet because he was like this average kid with an average family, and recently he just became a billionaire, so, and one of the richest people on earth. So he is kind of shocked by this, so he's like, let me talk to my parents first, and then you guys can have like a meeting together, or like basically a get together and basically talk about this through parents. And have you even asked Momo? And he was like, oh yeah, she's a pretty big fan of you, so I think she would agree if I tell her that. And basically the secretary is there, is like, oh, I agree with this. And he's like, what, you do? And he's like, well, it's normal in the business industry. And he's like, oh well, whatever. But yes, I would appreciate to take you under my wing under the Stark Corporation's wing. But about the marriage thing, I'm not really sure to it, and I'm new to this business world, so I'll have to think it over with my parents, and if they agree, why not? And they might need to meet Momo first, and yeah, we just have to talk about it, and I don't know what to do. So he's like, okay, so if you do agree, please sign these papers, and he does. And from that day, the Yaoyorozu family is underneath, and is one of the different companies underneath the Stark Corporations. This is the Yaoyorozu family works underneath the Stark Corporations. Basically, I'm just repeating myself, I don't know why, but yeah. So now the Stark Corporation has the control over the entire transportation company, and the company that is most important in the transportation in entire Japan. So yeah, Tony Stark's parents and basically Yaoyorozu's parents basically get together and basically talk things through, and their arranged marriage is set. They do get married. They just signed the marriage papers. They don't really have a wedding yet. They still have to get used to each other. So Tony and basically Momo really go out and basically explore the world, and basically go out at music festivals, go out at different places, having fun, and basically they get to know each other, and they basically become boyfriend and girlfriend, and well, they're married, so it doesn't really matter. And then he basically even tells her and gives her new technology that the Stark Corporation hasn't even released out in the world, and making Momo's quirk even more useful and stronger. So yeah, and he would also teach Momo how to use different kind of weapons, and because Momo, from a young age, she's only been studying different materials, how to create weapons or create different things. She doesn't really know how to fight with the creations that she created. So basically, Tony would actually help her out with that and basically teach her how to use different weapons. And he maybe, tell me in the comments if he does create a suit for Momo. And just like how Iron Man did in Infinity War Endgame, that he created a suit for his wife, I forgot, Peter Potts or something. But yeah, so the world basically knows that now Momo Yaoyorozu is now Momo Stark, and he's Tony Stark, or she's Tony Stark's wife now, and the whole world knows this. He's like, what, that kid's young, but some people understand because it's a business world. It's a completely different world than their normal lives. So they basically get it. It's like, oh, they're probably like did stuff and done. Not done actually, I'm continuing, and basically 10 months pass. Momo and Tony have become really good friends and romantic couple, and basically they go to Momo actually does a recommended test or recommendation test, but Tony actually does a the normal test, which people that aren't recommended, or the normal entrance exam. So he basically gets there. Momo already passed her entrance exam, so just Tony's turn is now, and he basically goes there. He runs into Bakugo, and then he also runs into Ida, and they basically just walk together. And he also runs into Steve, and they basically walk into the entrance ceremony, and they basically sit together. Well, Ida sits somewhere else because he goes to Ida and Deku actually sit together because they go to the same school, and Bakugo actually sits somewhere else alone and with alone, because no one else in his school is good enough to basically enter the My Hero Academia world. My Hero Academia, what am I saying? UA. Oh, and if any of you guys do miss the What If Deku Was Spider-Man series, I'm probably not gonna bring it back. I am maybe gonna bring it back if I have the mood, or if I don't get inspired by anything else. But if you do want to see an amazing What If Deku Was Spider-Man, go to Kid Zeus' channel. There's a link down below to Kid Zeus' channel. He has like part 1 and part 2. They're really amazing. He makes long videos, so it's gonna be good for you guys. And I really love his Spider-Man series and other series that is on his channel, so go show him some love. And he's pretty awesome and is underrated, so go subscribe. Oh, and he didn't really ask me to give him a shout out. I just love his videos, and he probably doesn't know I'm actually giving him a shout out, but I am. So go to Kid Zeus' channel and basically watch his videos. He's pretty amazing, and support the dude. Anyways, guys, that's 10 minutes out. I promise I will do the entry exam in the next part. I'm sorry, I keep delaying myself because I would get wrapped up in the stories and delayed in the stories and all that stuff. So I promise I'm gonna get to the entry exam next time. So hope you guys like, because it's really important. It does help the channel out, and make sure to subscribe because it does build the family. And now make sure to hit the bell icon, and as always, Anime Junkie out.